Hello and welcome back to another On the Rest Debate and another edition of Raw Out of 10. It's a big episode of Raw today. We're getting closer and closer to the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and those fields are getting filled up now, and we've also got several other big storylines on the show, including the one that kicks off of the show. A video package recapping the issues between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens preceded the Underdog from the Underground opening Monday show with an in-ring promo. Zayn's wall KO, there's no room for forgiveness after his latest pile driver threatened the Underdog from the Underground's media career, and he's going to destroy his former friend at the Elimination Chamber. However, Adam Pearce interrupted and refused to make the match official because Zayn is not physically clear to compete. Back and forth ensued, with Pearce insinuating the only way this could happen was under unsanctioned rules. During the GM's warning, Zayn accepted and said there's nothing official can be done to stop him from destroying Owens. This was a strong segment. It was a great promo, and it already feels like it's being made for WrestleMania 41 as well as the Chamber. While the Canadian venue is appropriate, it's going to be a big match and could require the grandest stage in them all. But our first match of the night was AJ Styles and Dom Mysterio. The result of an in-ring confrontation on last week's show, and Dom was accompanied by Carlito. Despite Dirty Dom's attempts to capitalise on outside interference from Carlito, the phenomenal one overcame it all and flattened the former tag champ with a Styles Clash to secure the win in what was a fairly solid match. Afterwards, IC champion Braun Breaker entered the ring poised to attack. Instead of spearing Styles, though, he laid out Mysterio and then stared down his prospective next challenger. Mysterio is growing by leaps and bounds as an in-ring performer, and that can be contributed to working matches like this. It's all about re-establishing stars, and it works. Setting up a storyline with Braun Breaker, which I'd look forward to. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Moving on then to the women's IC title number 1 contender match, Dakota Kai against Ivor Nile and Lyra Watch from ringside. A competitive match saw Nile target her opponent's injury with Kurt Angle inspired ankle lock, only for Kai to prove her resilience by fighting through the pain and fending off her attacker. A GTK from the Damage Control member laid out her American-made rival and set up a rematch. It was a perfectly acceptable match here, but it feels like they've invested in Niall, and Kai is finding her foot as a babyface. So yeah, considering she lost to Bayley last week, Valkyrie, it's safe to say there's plenty of work to be done in this women's division. And yeah, it just doesn't really feel like it's clicking massively at the moment. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. World Heavyweight Champion Gunther then entered the Spectrum Centre through the crowd, looking to see what all of the Yeet energy is about. Once inside the ring, he again verbally attacked his WrestleMania 41 opponent, Jey Uso, giving an opportunity to rescind his challenge. The ring NRL then targeted the commentary team of Michael Cole and Matt McAfee, asking if they believed Uso could actually beat him. As McAfee looked to confirm, Uso entered a big pop and a brawl ensued. Security broke up and all the Royal Rumble winners stood tall to close the segment. This followed up last week's promo admirably, with Gunther continuing to taunt Uso and even giving him an out, and only again to find a number 1 contender and drive might be a little more dangerous to his title. The key will be the writing team to continue to find ways of hyping this up, with a long way still to go towards WrestleMania. Our next match was Penta taking on Pete Dunne, Dunne controlled early, utilising joint manipulation to his advantage as he targeted the hands of his opponent. Kaiser, who recruited the Bruiserweight for a partnership, watched on from ringside. Penta recovered and appeared to be rolling late, only for Kaiser to provide a distraction. Instead of benefiting from it, Dunne voiced his frustration to the former Imperium member, which allowed Penta to drop him, picking up the pinfall win. The Luchador wiped out Dunne and Kaiser as they brawled at ringside to put an exclamation point on things. This was another strong in-ring outing for Penta, who continues to showcase his value as a newcomer. This will be plenty of questions around his role at WrestleMania, but I think with the impact he's had so soon in his career, it's inarguable that he should have a big role to play. Roxanne Perez then took on Raquel Rodriguez in the Elimination Chamber qualifier, and Roxanne's meteoric rise continued as she outlasted the bigger, stronger Raquel Rodriguez, thanks in part to a well-timed appearance from Bianca Belair and Naomi. With the title holders providing a distraction, Perez scored the pinfall of Rodriguez and earned the final spot in Elimination Chamber match, where she will join her former mentor Bayley. The match was fine, if not curiously, but with Perez as a babyface, but the meat of the segment was the arrival of the Chance and the escalation of their rivalry with Morgan and Rodriguez. Interestingly, Morgan now finds herself in the unenviable position of sharing a chamber with the vengeance-minded Belair and Naomi. So yeah, it's been interesting to see how Morgan will go, but yeah, she'll have to overcome a lot. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Before, on the heels of a brutal attack on Rey Mysterio to close last week's show, the New Day hit the ring to address the WWE Universe. In typical heel fashion, reaction, Kofi and Xavier blame Mysterio, accusing him of draining the life out of every young luchador to come through the crowd. Inevitably, Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wild led to a brawl between the two teams that left the heels scurrying to the floor and the backstage area for protection. A logical development that sets up a tag match between the New Day and LWO to protect Mysterio's honor. More importantly, it gives Woods and Kingston a shot at momentum building and win before the showdown that Lee and the Master of the 619 are likely to have. We then got the Elimination Chamber qualifying match between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. And yeah, the final spot, two former world champions going up against each other. Rollins struck first, targeting opponent's injured left knee. Balor, a more dangerous opponent, seized an opening and dropped the Visionary on the ring sets, injuring his ribs. A back and forth ensued. Rollins trapped his opponent in the sharpshooter, but the Irishman fought through the pain and grabbed the ropes to force break. Rollins kicked out of the coup de grace. Ultimately, it was the babyface who escaped a crossface by Balor and delivered the stomp for the pinfall win. A bangering main event between two men who know each other very well, have great in-ring chemistry and treated this like a PLE. The build on previous spots from previous matches and the counter-heavy closing moments really helped this one look great. Rollins advances and Balor has a storyline to tell the Judgment Day. So yeah, the result makes sense for me. 7 out of 10. And overall, Raw gets 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I'd say a pretty solid episode of Raw. We got some decent matches on there. Some storylines that maybe I'm not too sure about where we're going in the direction at the moment. But I thought on the whole it's pretty decent Raw. Lots of it made sense. And yeah, intrigued to see how we're heading as we get closer and closer to Elimination Chamber and of course WrestleMania. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.